Hello, what is up guys, and welcome to Should You Play Lords of the Fallen. Now, this is the sort of video that I actually quite like to do because I think it's one of these AAA titles that hasn't necessarily had as much press as a lot of others, and so it might have actually fallen under some people's radar. Essentially what we got here is an RPG that's taken a lot of inspiration from games like Dark Souls, where it's pretty much very similar in every aspect, to be perfectly honest with you. So it's an RPG with quite sort of hard mechanics, and you can pick your classes and the usual sort of stuff, but as I'll show you, there is actually quite a lot more to it than that. It's all quite nicely laid out. There's not that much to see in the settings menu. This is running off a GTX 980, and if I want to keep a constant 60, then I have the settings just under the maximum. So this actually is a game that will require you to have quite a high-end setup, so it is definitely worth bearing that in mind. But as you can see, these are the settings here. Of course you can turn them down if you want to. I've also tested the game running in 4K, albeit some of the lower settings. It says I played 2 hours 51, but as we'll touch on in a minute, the game crashed, and so I lost a couple hours progress, but that was all against one boss, so I didn't actually lose anything, if that makes sense. I kind of just actually just lost the time counter, so that's not really that bad. Steam will report something different. This is, of course, as usual, a review copy, so that should be worth bearing in mind that my opinions might be slightly different to someone that has actually paid the full retail price. Load times aren't usually too bad. I mean, I have noticed that they are slower than other games, but as we will see now, the game actually looks very good. It looks a damn sight better than a game like Dark Souls 2 looks like. It definitely looks quite next gen. Obviously that doesn't really mean that much on the PC, but there we go. Now at the moment we've got this main character here that we're going to talk to.
Stone must be safe and secure.
Well, we're not going to talk to because he doesn't want to talk to me properly. These little gem things here, once you've done the area boss, you can go back and get some goodies, but it's like a dark world, and there's other stuff you can collect. If you look at the bottom left hand side of the screen where you see it says 100%, that is because I've died. It's actually through those gates just there. Very similar to the way Dark Souls 2 works. If you enter a boss zone, then you can't enter the boss zone without going through like a fog, and then once you go through you can't leave. So all my goodies, my souls, well they're not souls, experience points, I can't call them souls, are through there, but I'll go there a little bit later just to show you some of the rest of the game. These are like the bonfires that you get in Dark Souls, so every time you use these you lose your XP multiplier or modifier. But this is also where you can save your game. You can see that over time that number at the bottom left hand side of the screen goes down, and my experience that I can pick up will actually be less. This is another game that uses those Xbox One actual prompts if you're using a controller, which I don't know whether that's annoying or not. It doesn't bother me, but it might bother some of you. I am actually this class here, which is all about being a powerful sort of person, all about doing loads of damage. But if you look here, you can see there are two other different classes as well you can choose. So you've got Solace and Deception, so one's all about defense and the other one is all about range, I believe. So I'm level 23. Harkin is going to be the same for everyone. You can't actually choose what your character looks like. And then over here we've got the attributes, so again very similar to the Souls universe. These things will do different things. If you literally pretty much it's near identical. You've got here I'm going for the agility sort of thing, so be quite pacey, whereas if you're going for more of a brutal melee you might want to go for the strength and the vitality, but then we've got pretty much all the sort of stuff we're used to. We got like some lore we can find. That's one of the better things, almost like Diablo style pickups that will tell you more about your character. This is the equipment screen. You can see these sealed runes. These will later socket into a piece of armor, but I haven't got there yet. But then we've got all our consumables, so we've got our refillable health potion, just like the Estus Flask in Dark Souls. I will be saying just like in Dark Souls a lot, because it really is trying to be just like Dark Souls. Then we've got some other stuff here as well. So you can see these are different things I picked up. Then as for the weapons, there is two different systems. Both will depend on how quickly you can swing your weapons. So I'm going for the agile sort of thing, so I'm going for a staff here. If I was going for more of the strength sort of route, that's the one, then I would want to get something like a hammer or great axe. But just like Dark Souls, unless you can actually have the requirements to equip it, then it won't really be very good and you won't do much damage. At the moment I'm trying to get my agility up so I can use, where is it? This one here, the arrowhead. So I need level 17, and you can see there it's got a socket. Shields, pretty standard, again just like Dark Souls. The heavier the shield, then the slower your move, and the same with the armor. You can see here that you've got different sets of armor that I've found, and that will depend on your movement speed, but that is actually independent from your weapon speed. So you can have a really slow armor set and a quick weapon, or vice versa, or do it how you want. This thing here is your magic gauntlet, and I will show you now. Is this thing here on my left, and then if I use my magic I can actually cast, at the moment I've got 3 spells, so projectile, explosive and blast. Projectile is the best one, bang, I fire a projectile, I actually hit someone, how about that, I didn't even realise. And I missed, there we go, did that, oh no I didn't even hit. Now these guys are pretty quick and agile. That's, and you need a, it's a little bit clunky switching to your shield. You press Y if you have a controller. I almost died. That would be embarrassing, wouldn't it? These guys are actually kind of quite hard because they break through your defense. It's easier to use range. Oh, I need to roll away. I'm dead. Well, yeah, I'm not going to go and say I'm the best player out there. As you can see, definitely not. Those guys are quite hard. But again, just like you would in Dark Souls, you can go up behind them, you can do some critical things. You've got like a mini stealth system here as well. If I press this button, you'll see that I can now sneak up on them, just like that. But there, it didn't seem to do it, and that is one of the things I have noticed with this game. That might be the weapon choice, but actually the mechanics don't always seem to work as they should 100% of the time, and I found myself not necessarily getting really frustrated. I'm really bad. Let's go. Let's back it up. Let's back it up. Don't find myself, I wouldn't say I'm getting really frustrated with it like I have been with, you know, when games simply don't work. But sometimes I don't, things don't happen as I was expecting to. It's kind of quite difficult to explain without actually, yeah, obviously you having a controller in your hand. Let's have a look. No, I can't do it there. I've got these spells I can do as well. So here. I failed there. Failed miserably there. I'm not going to die again. Potions are quite quick to drink. I know I need to just step up. We've got heavy and light attack as well. I'm out of energy. Hold on a minute. Oh no, I'm dead again. Right, probably not a great example of how to play. Definitely not an example of how to play. I'll show you this sneaking up system thing. You've probably seen it before. We'll swap out our weapon for just the standard. No, we go for the axe. It's a bit of a slower weapon, but it does quite a lot of damage. Switch back to the shield, pick up my soul, even, well, experience, can't call it souls. And there you see that we've now taken him out. But this is the other thing that is horribly wrong with this game. When you do the special attack, when you hit them from behind, you've got the classic sort of thing that happens again in Dark Souls, where if someone else attacks you, it doesn't do any damage to you while you're in the animation. But the problem is, like, more often than not, I would say about 80% of the time, the animation will actually, the camera will like be completely wrong, it'll be like through the wall, the sort of thing we haven't seen since like the, oh no, that is terrible. You know, I would restart the video, but I'm quite happy to say that I'm not very good at this game. So you've seen all that sort of jazz, and I wouldn't be surprised if it crashes. It didn't there, but the game has actually crashed, maybe 3 times, I think. So that's almost once every hour and a half. That is, and it's kind of not really that acceptable. I mean, we haven't had it in a long time. But the problem, especially with it crashing within a game like this, is you're going to lose all your progress. Now this is obviously a boss fight, and I haven't yet done this. This is the bit I've been getting very frustrated at, because I can't seem to actually do it. And no, we've crashed. And we're back. I would say sorry for that, but I'm kind of glad you got to see that. And that is now the 4th time that has happened. And for a game like this, and you will know if you've ever played Dark Souls, that if it crashes, then that is the most frustrating thing ever, because the whole point with a game like this is that if you die, then it's fair. You've done something wrong, and you've only yourself to blame. But when the actual application crashes, then you've got nothing else you can do about it. And if you lose all your saved progress, then it's pretty annoying. I will change weapon back again to, what was I using? I can't even remember. What was I using? I was using the staff, that was one. So, yes. So we get to the question now, should you play Lords of the Fallen? Well, there's a couple of things I haven't been able to show you. One of those is the cutscene quality, which the cutscenes themselves don't look too bad, but the lip sync is some of the worst that I've seen in a long time. But the game itself is pretty fun at its core, but I am definitely... there we go, this is the thing, I've got to now kill him like this. But the problem is, it's just, A, it's unreliable, because you don't know when it's going to crash and when it's not going to crash. But moreover than that, it's kind of too Dark Souls-y without being Dark Souls. And while I definitely say the graphic style is a lot better, sadly, the gameplay isn't quite as good. And that is just a theme that's kind of carried out throughout the game. It's just not quite as good as Dark Souls. Now, you're dealing with someone here that absolutely loves Dark Souls, and if it wasn't for this game continuously crashing, then I'd be perfectly happy to keep playing this game until I finished it. Personally, at the moment, I've got quite a few other games on the go, and so, you know, there's no real reason for me at the moment to be playing this game, while all the time that it's not working. But obviously, this is the day and age when things get patched pretty quickly, so if they can actually get rid of the critical crashes, then I'll be more than happy to go back to it. You can also pick it up fairly cheaply now. I've seen it going around for as little as £20 on some of the CD key websites. And for that, I think you're getting quite a lot of game for your money. I did say that about Destiny. But no, it's quite enjoyable to actually play. It's just, if you haven't played Dark Souls, I would probably recommend that you go and check that out maybe first. But then again, this game is not, this boss isn't. I don't know exactly what I've done wrong. But on the whole, this game is a little bit easier, I think, than Dark Souls is, just because potions are quicker to actually drink, and you've got a lot more checkpoints and save points. Like a damn sight, a lot more checkpoints and save points. Literally, you get one almost every 10-15 minutes. Whereas, as you'll know, in Dark Souls, you get them every like 45 minutes. So it's not necessarily a bad thing that this game is, well, not at the moment, but it is a little bit easier on the whole. So I would definitely actually say it probably is a little bit more accessible. Oh no, this is the hard bit. I definitely would say it's probably more accessible than Dark Souls is. So maybe if you haven't played Dark Souls, instead of checking that out, maybe you should check out this. It depends really on how frustrated you like to get with games. Like I say, in the current state, all the time it's crashing, then I just can't recommend it because it doesn't work. But the actual core gameplay is certainly there. It doesn't. It's just a shame that it doesn't do too much by itself, and there isn't that much that I would say is particularly unique about this game, other than the fact that I'm terrible at it, as you can see. So it's not a solid recommendation, and it's certainly not a solid dismissal either. I really should actually have a go at trying to kill him. But if it's been on your radar, then I wouldn't say there's, other than the crashing, there isn't actually too much to be disappointed with. There's nothing really that bad about the game. I've been enjoying it, and other than the animations, there aren't any real problems with it, obviously outside of the crashing. So yeah, if it's been on your radar, then I think go ahead and, you know, pick it up. But I would just say, well, strongly recommend that you wait for it to be confirmed to be properly patched. So yeah, that's pretty much my main impressions of it. It's a Dark Souls-ish style game that plays follow the leader maybe a little bit too much, but it doesn't detract from how well it actually does a few things, and it's very enjoyable as well. So thank you for checking out this video. I really want to try and kill this boss, so I will leave the video going. But obviously don't forget to like this video if you've liked it, dislike it if you haven't liked it. And obviously leave a comment either way to let me know what you thought of the video, as always. Has it actually helped in your buying decision, or has it not really told you anything you need to know about the game at all? Oh, I'm going to do it. Oh, rolling is the tactic. Of course, don't forget to subscribe as well for more videos like this. Oh no, I'm out. No, see, that was bad. That was me. That was me. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this, as well as others on PCs, gaming, and technology. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to continue to watch this video, but until next time, I will see you next time. I used to say that. I won't really say that anymore. So now we're out of review mode. Now we're in take down this boss mode. I probably should pick up my souls that I'm losing, my XP that I'm losing. Now the trick is I've got to get him near the houses, and then that way I can actually start to do some damage. Every time you see the top bar, every time that goes down, then he gets a little bit more powerful, I believe, and starts to do more special things. So we need him to swing, then we need him to hit the floor. There we go, like he is now. And then that should collapse. No, it didn't collapse. Brilliant. That building's meant to collapse. Again, one of those things that I found pretty frustrating. Oh, he's going to do this thing where he's really powerful, and if you don't get in one of the huts, then you will die. So I just got to get in the hut now. I will swap to explosive. That does like no damage at all. Magic is not the thing. There we go, like that. Now you can see I can just do loads of damage. Bang, bang, bang. But now he's spawned these little creatures that are incredibly annoying. So he can damage his own creatures, like that. But if you let them get a bit too many, it's going to cause you problems. If I can, I'll put him out. He's a decoy. Oh, I think we've crashed again. I think we've crashed again. Crashed again. Oh no, again. Oh no, we're alright. I got really... Okay, but we've got a bug. Oh no, it's fixed. That is a problem. It really is a shame. I would be enjoying this so much... Oh, hold on. I'd be enjoying this so much more if it wasn't doing that. Oh, that's probably a mistake. Oh, what? That's right, I made it. Oh no, oh no, he's right, he's destroyed it. Oh no, I've cocked that one up. I'm sorry. Right. I'm not that sure on the strategy here. I swear I should be doing more damage than I am. If I use my little rage thing here. There you go, that. Oh no, come on. Hey. Right, he's put more eggs in. He does this range attack thing as well. I just need him to get near here so he can destroy it. But it's not really working. Oh, and then he does that. And then it just becomes... Oh no, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Leave. 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 It's alright. I've juiced up. I'm juiced up. I can kind of like wait in here, I think. One. Just lure him in. Lure him in. That's the trick, I think. Oh, it didn't... Oh. And then this is the problem, because this is when you need to do the damage, but those small guys just stop me. Right, now I need to get back into a hut. That's doable. This is one of the furthest points I've actually got to. Now I've got no potions. We've hit critical mass. It's all going wrong. Well, it's all going right, except for the fact that I don't have any potions. You can use other things, like you've got an energy shard here. But obviously, as the name suggests, that only gives me... Oh, no, that was... Wow! That should not have done that much damage. One more hit, and I'm out of it. Oh no! No, that's it. I'm sorry. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully I won't be stuck at this bit for ages. But I've already been doing this bit for about 2 hours. Oh, that's fitting end. That is a fitting end. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.